Hello, everybody, and welcome to Safe Option Strategies Daily Market Update. This daily market update is for Tuesday, January the 16th, 2024, although it is being recorded on the evening of the 15th. I just always want to be kind of transparent about that and let you know when I'm actually doing things. This will, of course, if you're listening to it, it's already online on the website and will be there shortly after I finish recording it tonight. But we're here primarily to talk about Tuesday and what our expectation is for the day and kind of some things to be prepared for maybe for the rest of the week. So let's dive right into it. Of course, at the time that I am recording this is the big news going on right now. This was kind of a foregone conclusion. It is what it is. I don't know if that headline has anything to do at all with the fact that futures are right now pointing down for the market open on Tuesday morning. But look, like I said, I'm recording this on Monday evening. A lot can happen between now and the morning when the markets actually open up. So I wouldn't put a lot of weight in what's going on right now. This could look the same tomorrow morning before the market opens. It could look completely different. It could look a lot worse. It could look a lot better. We honestly don't know. Biggest thing to watch for as we go through this week, I think, is going to be some of the economic data that is on the calendar. It's taken kind of a second seat to inflation data, but we've got mortgage applications, we've got housing market index, we've got housing starts and permits, we've got existing home sales. Home sales and home manufacturing, home refinancing, it's kind of taken a passenger seat to the inflation data, like I've said, but it's still been pretty big news, and I think it still has had some effect on the markets over the last little while, because as the inflation has eased a little bit, as interest rates have ticked down a little bit, it's made for a slight rebound in housing prices and mortgage applications and some of that other stuff. So that, I think, other than earnings, and I say other than earnings is a big deal. Other than earnings, that's going to be the number one thing to kind of keep an eye out on this week. Who knows right now what news we're going to get and how it's going to play. But it's definitely worth keeping an eye on those reports as they come. The biggest news for this upcoming week is that we are entering in pretty fully into earnings season, although next week and the week after are going to be arguably the two biggest weeks of earnings season. If you look on, I'm on earningswhisper.com here. If you look this week, of course, Monday, holiday, markets were closed today. Not a huge amount of action going on tomorrow, not a huge amount on Wednesday. But on Thursday, it starts to pick up. And then if we go into next week and look at the earnings calendar for next week, see if I can get, maybe I can see the full calendar. Let's look at a week here. Maybe not. I'm not a subscriber to this site. So if we go to Monday of next week, United in the morning, in Tuesday, or excuse me, in the afternoon, Tuesday, GE, 3M, Johnson & Johnson, Halliburton, Procter & Gamble, some big companies there. We keep moving into the week. This is next week. Netflix, you've got some other big ones. There's AT&T. If we go back to this week, the big ones this week are, of course, going to be Alcoa. Used to be that Alcoa was kind of considered for by many the kickoff to earnings season. Now I think it's when Goldman, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America report. Let's see, we go to Thursday morning, not a lot. Thursday evening, a few more. It's going to be the official and more formal start to earnings, but like I said, next week and the week after, I think, are going to be the really big weeks as far as the earnings season goes. And I think what is going to be different about this earnings season than the last earnings season we went through, I don't know that you won't see companies meeting expectation. I know expectations have been lowered considerably, so I don't think it'll be a question of whether or not a lot of companies can beat expectations. I think that will in fact happen. I think the bigger story is going to be how the companies guide, and are they going to be able to guide as successfully as they have these last couple of quarters. I was a little bit surprised last quarter as earnings season came about and as things got reported. I was a little bit surprised that companies were guiding as high as they were. I think some commentary from Jamie Dimon, the head of JP Morgan Chase last week, may possibly have set the stone, or set the stone, may have possibly set the stage. I don't know why I said set the stone. They may have possibly set the stage for what you're going to hear from some other CEOs and from from some other companies, that there is some concern on the horizon. There is some worry about inflation creeping back up a little bit. We saw that with the most recent inflation readings. They weren't a lot, but they ticked back up a little bit, and it caused the markets to falter a little bit on Thursday. All but the Dow rebounded on Friday. But I think you're going to hear more of that. I think you're going to hear companies like, some of these ones that we've got on the screen right up here at the top, Tesla, Apple, Goldman, Netflix, Meta, SoFi, PayPal. These are all the big companies that are reporting in the next couple of weeks, or some of the big ones. I think they're going to have good numbers. I think they're going to have a hard time, if they're being really honest, guiding in a way that is convincing for people that they're worth putting money into. I think the market may be in for a little bit of a rocky start to this year, as we've kind of, I would say we've kind of witnessed that. I mean, the first 2 trading weeks of the year, we had a down week. We had a week that was back up, and even back up to the highest point it got last year in the S&P. So you certainly can't say we're off to a too tumultuous a start. But we'll see whether or not that lasts. The Dow has been awfully flat for these first couple of weeks. Some up days, some down days. I don't think this will continue in this tight a pattern for very long. I think what's more likely is you'll start to get a lot of back and forth, but with a gradual downward trend to it. And I think the Dow is going to do something like this, over the next month and a half, 2 months. Maybe something that looks similar to this pattern we got between August and November of last year. That's kind of what my expectation is for the next couple of months for the Dow. So tomorrow being, of course, you might be listening to this on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, at the end of the day, we will send out the Signal newsletter with a new trade. No adjustments that need to be made right now. This is going to be kind of a short presentation. No adjustments that need to be made right now. We're in a good spot. We're in good shape with the trades that we have. We're, of course, keeping a very, very watchful eye on Micron. They have not crossed over technically. I was encouraged by the fact that they finished up above 82 one more time. I still believe they're likely to get a little bit of a bounce. If futures, the way they're looking right now, hold for tomorrow, maybe you see them give up a little bit, kind of like they did on Thursday and Friday last week. But I'm really watching that 82 mark closely in the hopes that they can stay above 82. In pre-market right now, or extended hours, Micron is down, another 17 cents. But yeah, we'll see. They could just as easily rebound and be up on the day by the end of the day Tuesday. Hopefully we don't have to adjust that trade again, but if we have to, we have to. Our other trades either have a lot of time left in them, or they're just not things that we have to be concerned about right now. JP Morgan, on their earnings report on Friday, took off to the upside on the report. By the end of the day, they traded to the downside and finished down. I think they're going to continue to slide, if nothing else, on the little bit of, I would call it honesty, but a lot of people are going to call it pessimism coming from Jamie Dimon. So we'll keep an eye on what goes on there as well. Hope everybody has a great day on Tuesday. We had some hiccups with getting things rolling with the Q&A with this newer format that we're doing for the year. Probably not going to do a Q&A tomorrow morning, but before the end of the day tomorrow, I will have a set schedule for the Q&A for what we can do with stuff. I think we'll do one live on Wednesday morning to go over the new trade that we send out for Tuesday afternoon. But I'm going to try and get a set schedule put together before the end of the day tomorrow, so we can get back to doing that Q&A most days of the week, if not every day of the week that the markets are open. Thanks, everybody. Hope you had a great holiday weekend. Enjoyed the extra day off of trading. And we'll be back to do this again for our Wednesday morning update. Bye-bye.